Hi, it's Ileana Kapolnik here, and today I'm just going to be talking about my recent visit to Venus. I got to see three types of different ancient builder race outposts. Two of the outposts are on Venus, another one is from another solar system. So the ones that I got to see on Venus, it looks like what they did was they built it from the ground downwards to upwards towards the sky, and it looked like a fusion of crystalline technology with building it looks like a rock formation or something. So it does look like an outpost, but very different from any civilizations that I've ever seen. So it looked quite different to me. And when you get near the outpost, basically you have to have the right vibrational frequency to be able to enter inside the outposts themselves. So I saw this kind of like a glowing doorway, triangular with round edges, like doorway portal toward the first outpost that I got near, and it kind of looked like it had sails or something, like crystalline sails near the building. It's quite beautiful, and architecturally the design is amazing. It's nothing like I've seen before. So when I got near the portal doorway, I put up my hand, and there started to be glowing blue symbols. Looked like Egyptian hieroglyphics, but quite different, almost like light circuitry in a way. These symbols, when they appeared, I somehow knew vibrationally which symbols to press. And it's light holographic technology, this portal doorway. So, and I guess my vibrational attunement was centered, so I could enter the portal way once the sequence of the symbols was finished. And it felt like there was music in my head. I felt like I was hearing this music while tuning into the symbols to open the portal way. And there's always this guardian sentinel at the portal, and he's about 14, 16 feet tall, silvery jumpsuit, or something like looks like a blue robe, type of a uniform, something between a blue robe and a blue uniform. Some of these sentinel guardians have white hair and silverish skin, or alabaster silver white skin. I think it's not a living entity per se, and it's not an AI. It's a holographic image of the guardian made out of light energy, holographic light energy, and it's guarding the portal to the outposts on Venus. So that's the first outpost I got to visit. And when I entered into the outpost, it has many different levels from below ground going upwards, above the ground on the surface. And again, it has these symbols that light up. And when you press one of the symbols, you get access to historical knowledge of how the universe was made, history to other universes. So basically, these ancient builder race outposts hold knowledge repositories and living data libraries of how universes were created, genetic information about different various genetic blueprints to building light bodies, and other information, galactic information. So that's why there's sentinel guards at all of the outposts that were left behind. And there's outposts on Saturn, Venus, Pluto, and in other solar systems. And not all of these outposts look the same. One of the outposts that I saw that was in another solar system, it looked like rock formations. the outpost itself looked like it was jagged mountain formation. So it didn't look like a normal outpost of the ancient builder race. And I think the ancient builder race had a few different species. It wasn't just one species, because some of them have different heights, ranging from 10 feet all the way to 70 feet in height. So I suspect it was a few different races that called themselves the ancient builder race. And they were in our solar system and outwards as well in other galaxies. And what I know about the ancient builder race descendants from speaking to Ileana, which is an L. I've gone to their world ship, and they have a biological living ship. What she's told me is that they're from another universe. And she's 10 feet tall, so they don't come from this universe. They come 13,000 years from the future from a different universe. So that's what she's basically told me. And she's told me that they're the descendants of the ancient builder race. So I guess in a way they're kind of their ancestors, as close as I could come with a description. So going back to the outpost, that was a little different. In another solar system that I saw, it looked like basically jagged spirals of a mountain top coming out, different mountain peaks coming out from the ground. And it's, I believe it's holographic technology as well, because some of the ancient builder race technology, it looks like rock formations. And when you touch the rock formation, and if you have the right vibrational frequency, if you're in alignment with positive thoughts, positivity, if you're a positive being, then the technology architecture transforms. And it doesn't look like rock formation anymore. It looks like holographic light technology. And that you could touch it. And if the symbols vibrate with your energy frequency, then you can use that technology. You can unlock the data in the technology and use it, whether it's for ascension or getting data downloads of history, or whether it's healing technology. I believe it's made out of holographic light energy. That's the source of the technology. And another outpost that I saw on Venus is just like, it had these multiple layers. It looked like stacked layers of some type of levels on the outpost. It was quite interesting. It's also some crystalline-based technology that it's made out of. And on Venus, it looks pretty bare. I didn't see any lakes or something. But in some of the other images, the outposts, it looks like they built them out near water. And it looks like light craft flying out from the outpost from one of the images that I was vibrationally able to find that closely matches what the outposts look like in reality. So it's quite interesting. On Venus, it's quite bare. I didn't see any water or anything. So I think there's some Venusian civilizations living on Venus, close to underground or in the mountains. And those are not the ancient builder race, but also civilizations around that time that still live on Venus. So there are inhabitants on Venus, that much I know from what I saw, but I mainly went inside the ancient builder race outposts and looked around, and there was data downloads given to me, universal data downloads with working with the various symbols that glowed blue. And what I noticed about the descendants of the ancient builder race is that their skin color is this almost translucent silver color or glowing silver blue from meeting Ileana. And she's told me that her race, the L race, and the ancient builder race, that their skin was this silver color or bluish silver alabaster pearlescent color. So that's very interesting. And they did have different types of outposts. I guess the outposts that look like mountain peaks, they are more disguised, so they blend in with whatever environment they were built in. And some of the other outposts are more architecturally different. It still looks like it's being built into the mountain, but it has this crystalline technology that's incorporated into the outpost, so it's more obvious that it's an outpost of some sort. So that was my experience with my trips to Venus. And I think I might have gone to Saturn as well, because the images of the outposts are different. And I also had a look into how the ancient builder race builds their cities. I think it's a city 13,000 years in the future, and it looks very, very different. The cities had this blue glowing energy around it, so I think it's made out of full crystalline technology. That's even different than the Venus and Saturn and Pluto outposts, because the cities are even like more spiraling outward towards the sky, and the shapes are very intricate of the cities 13,000 years in the future of the ancient builder race. And again, the city that I saw was built on the water, so that was interesting. They like to build their outposts and cities near water. Somehow that's very important, and near rock features, near mountain views. It's very important for them to build cities and outposts there. I saw some kind of a glider, and a man dressed in this kind of blue tunic robe or uniform, and he was waiting for the glider. So, and he had this long white flowing hair. I believe the man was young. So, and I found vibrationally I was able to attune to the frequency of that city and find an appropriate image vibrationally that matched this city 13,000 years in the future of the ancient builder race. So that was quite interesting. And I saw a woman with silver skin and this long, beautiful flowing hair, kind of silverish white with blue tones in her hair. So, and she was about 40 feet tall in the city. So I saw some people, the man and the woman. That was quite incredible seeing that. So I think I was transported back into that timeline, 13,000 years into the future briefly, where I walked around in the city to see, because I asked Anea, I want to see these cities where you guys come from, where the L race comes from, 13,000 years in the future. And she said, sure, we can go into that timeline and you can have a look, walk around briefly in the city, and then vibrationally you'll be attuned more to our energy, and you'll be able to provide descriptions of what these outposts look like, and where you're going to visit on Venus, and the city where you're going as well. And what I found, I can find data slipstream energy of what the images look like of the outposts on the internet, where I'm not sitting at my computer. I might be sitting somewhere or sleeping in my bed, and my mind goes out towards the internet vibrationally, and I pick up the data slipstreams of appropriate vibrational images of what the outposts look like, the cities for the ancient builder races. And the data is saved energetically somehow in my mind, and then later I can sit down at my computer, type in the information from the data slipstream from the internet. I just type in the URLs. Somehow it's saved. That information is saved in my mind, and the images just appear what I was energetically seeing, what's on the internet. that energy, what I was seeing from the data slipstream, that somehow is energetically saved, and then I could actually see it on the computer. Because what I see physically from all of my trips out to different planets and stuff and meeting ETs, what I see physically, somehow it is also, there's images of those exact things as close as possible to the exact architecture of the buildings, the ETs, what they physically look like. That's available on the internet somehow. Energetically, I'm able to match up the information to what I describe verbally or in writing in my presentations. I'm able to find the images, appropriate images, to fit that all together. And it's all vibrational, intuitive. How that works is quite interesting. So that's my latest experience of viewing the ancient builder race outposts on Venus and Saturn, as well as somewhere out beyond our solar system. And that other outpost looked way different. It looked like jagged peaks, mountain peaks, about 4 or 5 of those peaks. It was glowing like this bluish color, crystalline color, so that was quite interesting. So I just thought I'd share that information with you, and I'm going to be putting up in my presentation the images of what I physically saw on those trips to Venus, Saturn, and on another planet beyond the solar system. So thank you, and namaste.